log into DigitalOcean. For folks who don't know DigitalOcean, it is just like AWS. It's a cloud service provider. Let's say we go into this login. You'll see projects on the left. Let me select Hey Coach as a project. I'll create a new droplet. Right. A droplet is a Ubuntu server. I'll go to marketplace and let me select something on LAMP. LAMP is basically, it will give me an image with a web development server already integrated. Right. So I don't need to install a LAMP server. LAMP server is basically a web server. Yes. So let's move on. Let's select regular with SSD, $5 plan. Let's keep it in Bangalore. Let me select an SSH key. And let's create three droplets, right? These three droplets are, we are basically trying to create three machines. So we said, right, move to cloud. What does that mean? We want to move to cloud, so we are horizontally adding new machines. So let's say you had your website in your own machine, right? So think of this as that machine. This is one, this is second, this is third. So we are creating three clones, right? Let's go ahead and create these droplets. So 1, 2, 3, it is being created. Let's also create a load balancer over here. See this at the end, there's an option to create a load balancer. Let's create a load balancer. Let's create the load balancer in Bangalore region itself. There are four droplets in this region, it says. Then there are a bunch of configurations on how do you want the load balancer to operate and stuff, but we'll skip that. Let's just say create. So it will create that load balancer in the background. So now let's just wait for a minute or so while we get the droplets up and running. So these droplets are basically machines. These are servers, right? You get access to these servers on one click. So today I don't need to actually buy a Linux machine and build a data center. I can directly log into DigitalOcean, AWS or GCP and actually create an EC2 instance right at one click. And this is how you create it, right? So let's access the console, and if it works, perfect. So let's say, so this is access. We've got access to a remote machine, right? So let's say I access the directory, the root directory where the web pages are available, and I open index.html page. Right? So I have an index.html page. Let's see what it looks like, right? So I take this IP, I go paste it on a new tab, and it says please log in with your droplet. This is how it works, right? So it talks about some quick start guide. So if you look at this, this is that exact same file from where it is being served. Right? See the LAMP installation, quick start guide. This is all the same thing. Right? So let's actually go ahead and remove all of this. And add something of our own. Right? So let's say, sorry, one second. Now let's say I add a heading tag and I say droplet 1, and I save it. I refresh this, it says droplet 1, right? So now I have access to one droplet. Let's quickly go ahead and make that change for the rest of the droplets as well. So this was one. Let's try the second one. Access the console. Are you guys able to follow? Yes, Shubham, that is what we are looking. That is what we will see. All machines will give different IP addresses. How do we bind it? Right? So let's say I get access to the second server now. Let's quickly change the file for this also. Where www.html index.html. Okay. So now we have this. Let's quickly remove all of this. Again, it's the same file that we saw initially. Let's remove this. Let's create a simple body tag. This time we will add a BD color as, let's say, cyan, so that we can visually identify H1, let's say droplet. So we have created a second droplet. Let's quickly test that out. How do we test it? We copy the IP address of the droplet. We go to a new tab and open that. Right? So we have droplet 1, we have droplet 2. Let's quickly do the same for the third one. Let's go over here, access the console. Third one was throwing some error earlier. Let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's let's create the same changes for the third one. HTML index.create HTML, and we go ahead and remove all of it. So now we have a simple version of the HTML file ready for the third droplet as well. Let's add a BG color of, let's say, yellow, right? And add a heading tag saying H1 droplet 3. And let's test it out. How do we test it? The same way. Copy droplet 3, right? So we have droplet 2, droplet 1, 2, 3, all of them ready. Now we go ahead to that load balancer that we had created. Here's the load balancer, right? It says 0 droplets, choose droplets. So we add the droplet. Let me add 1, let's say 2, and let's say 3. So we just added 3 droplets to the load balancer, and we got an IP address of this load balancer. This is the IP address of the load balancer. Let's try opening this. Droplet 2, let me refresh. 3, 3, 3, 1, 3. I'm refreshing, folks.